Yeah, no, we're a little bit cooler compared to this time yesterday. We're going to bask in some really lovely weekend weather, Matt. And so, yes, this cold front pushing through the area. And so we are waking up to temperatures 5 to 10 degrees cooler compared to this time yesterday. And so waking up 50s and 60s across the board this morning. These have warmed up quite a bit. We were briefly in the upper 50s in Tampa earlier this morning. We're now at 65, low 50s as we head further north, right around 54 for Wesley Chapel. But all these temperatures are continuing to warm up pretty nicely. Bartow and Brandon in the low 60s at this hour. St. Pete already 67 for you. Venice 66, and Lake Placid temperature there right around 60, 57 in Frostproof, and Haines City still sitting in the upper 50s. And in fact, parts of the Great Lakes off to the northeast, a little bit of a cooler air mass for those spots. And we even had a deep freeze a couple of days ago for parts of the mid-south. And so 30s and 40s as we head further north of the Sunshine State. That's making our 60s feel a little bit warmer when you put that into perspective. But we've had really this heat relief all across kind of the eastern tier of the country as we've sunk in this colder air mass. It's been around the last couple of days, and this cold front that moved through for us brought us this reinforcing push of this cooler air. It's not going to hang around for much longer, though. So by Monday, we start to kind of build back in this more mild air mass as a ridge of high pressure will start to build in across the Four Corners region, the desert Southwest. More heat for them, and that will start to moderate our air mass as well as we start to get back closer to seasonal after it's been a little bit of a roller coaster ride here so far in April. Our first 90 of the year, that hit last Wednesday where we hit 94 degrees. Since then, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, we have been below average the last few days. The coolest landed on Tuesday where we hit 74 in Tampa. So about a 20 degrees temperature change there just over about a week. And with the cold front that we had earlier this week and again last night, we have been able to pick up on some spotty rain accumulations. And actually the one last night that rolled over the Tampa airport, little less than half of an inch there. And so we did pick up on some slightly better rain accumulations, 1/4 to 1/2 an inch from Pinellas, kind of down into parts of Manatee and Sarasota counties. But from here, we are talking a rain-free weekend. And now that that front has moved through, I mean, humidity levels are in check, and we have really comfortable air that's going to stay with us all weekend long. You see dew points in the 40s and 50s this morning. This is our look right on through Sunday and Monday. You see this air dries out a bit even more tomorrow morning, and then by the start of next week, we start to build in slightly more humidity, but overall still really comfortable out there. So through the 11 o'clock hour, we start to see a couple of low 70s there along the coast. And then as we get past around lunchtime and by 2, 3 o'clock, we will start to warm through the mid 70s for the coast, upper 70s near 80 degrees for some of our inland spots. We'll be dealing with a bit of a breeze. And so with the clear skies and the cooler winds, temperatures by 8 and 9 o'clock falling right back into the 60s. And so it is going to be a cool evening and a cool night tonight. We'll top out right around 75 this afternoon in Tampa, 78 for our high in Winter Haven, Arcadia, Lake Placid, right around 80 degrees, but lovely, sunny, and those clear skies stay with us into our Sunday. A low of 58 tonight in Tampa, upper 40s further inland and off to parts of Citrus and Hernando counties. A little bit warmer tomorrow after that cold start. We'll hit a high of 78 for your Sunday.